All right, so there's been several rumors that Goodluck Jonathan and Peter Obi of Labour Party is returning to PDP. Well, it has been speculating, and a lot of persons don't know where we are. At this point, I'd like you to watch this video. This is PDP chieftaincy man that has come to clarify the air and to let us know the stand of Peter Obi and that of Goodluck Jonathan. Of course, you can remember that the PDP has zoned their presidential candidate to the south. I mean, to the south. So now, and you can also remember that Abubakar Atiku has also left PDP with some other persons to like Dino Milai. They have all left PDP, and now some people in PDP are beginning to beg P2B and Goodluck Jonathan to please return to PDP, as they have remained one of the best candidates that the PDP will ever produce and qualify. I mean, very, very much eligible in the heart of the people to run for 2027 election. So quite a lot of PDP persons has been in talk with Goodluck Jonathan to ensure that he returns to PDP, likewise P2B as well. So now the presidential this thing now has now been zoned to south, and because of that, let's just hear from this man and let us know who is here to clarify the air. Let us know the stand of Goodluck Jonathan and that of Peter Obi. It will settle all the rumors we have. And don't forget to share your opinion with us. What do you think if Peter Obi should return to PDP? Watch the video. Be right back.
To people who have been somewhat pessimistic about the resilience of the PDP, it could be shocking. But you will recall that I had told you here that a lot of activities have been put in place by the PDP towards resolving some of the conflicts within the party, and that out of the ashes of the storm, we're going to bounce back. And that is part of the thing that you saw yesterday, the 102 NEC meeting of the party. And again, you will recall I told you that in 2022-23, the PDP, in an attempt to wrest power from the APC, had actually thrown open the zoning arrangement of the party, and that we were going to put our best foot forward. But eventually, like it happened, that decision backfired, because eventually people resisted the intention to get a northern candidate to succeed the northern president and all that. And so it backfired, and PDP, for part of that reason, lost the election. And so this time around, we've been reconciling, reviewing strategies, reviewing what happened and the rest of them. And majority of us, virtually all of us, agreed that a mistake was made in 2023, fielding a northern candidate. And this time around, in the spirit of unity, in the spirit of fairness and justice, PDP leaders decided to swallow their saliva and say, look, let's take this team to the south, where the majority of the people expected that it would have been.
So fielding Atiku was an error for the PDP in 2023.
Well, as a result of the elections turned out, and because Nigerian people spoke, definitely it was an error.
Definitely.
And the party has regretted it.
Of course. To lose a very monumental election in that disastrous manner, as it were, certainly is something for regret.
Yes. Well, tell me, Senator, quickly, before I forget, Peter Obi, have you been able to speak with him as a party? Is it coming back?
No, as a party, we have not spoken to Peter Obi. But you recall also that in the run-up to 2023, the expectation was that the ticket of the PDP was going to go to the South. And somehow, for reasons of fairness, people thought that the Southeast, having not produced a candidate for a major political party like that, would definitely have fielded a Southeast candidate. And obviously, it was Peter Obi that ordinarily would have picked the ticket. So, in anger, in frustration, Peter Obi left the PDP.
Yeah.
And so, in the run-up to 2027, I'm aware that certain individuals have been talking to Peter Obi, hey, come back home. This is what we're likely going to do. And if you come, you stand a chance of being a candidate.
What are the possibilities of Peter Obi returning to the PDP?
Coming back to.
Sure, in politics, nothing is certain. I've always said that in politics, 2 + 2 is not 4. And so, and these are matters of interest. And when it comes to existential interest from a community of persons within a geopolitical zone, it is possible.
But those who are talking to Peter Obi, how far with that conversation?
Well, the conversation is predicated on the belief by such individuals that if Peter Obi comes back and he is the most favored candidate, the most supported candidate, and becomes a candidate, the PDP will make an impact in the 2027 election.
So with Peter Obi, if he's on the ballot in the name of the PDP,
yes,
there is almost an assurance for the PDP.
I believe they will make an impact.
Is that the feeling on the inside?
Of course, that's the feeling.
Are you part of the party talking to Peter Obi?
Yes.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But I can tell you for free that the PDP, like I told you before, is a big brand rooted in the Nigerian people. And so if, like now, that the ticket has been zoned to the south, there are several other persons that can also fly the flag of the party.
So, I mean, what about former President Goodluck Jonathan?
President Goodluck is also a credible candidate.
But what are the possibilities? We understand that talks are also ongoing.
Well, some persons are talking to the president, former president, to come and run, and it's a possibility.
But those who fear about constitutionalism, based on how many times he has been sworn into taking oath of office, and those who are warning your party that if you
they will use that against
thread on that
Goodluck Jonathan.
Dangerous.
But there's nothing dangerous there. You will recall that in 2015, when President Jonathan GCFR wanted to run, there were hues and cries all over the place about the constitutionality of his candidature. But eventually, it was settled even by the court that he was qualified to run, and that is why he ran.
That was because Goodluck.
But you know what the Supreme Court has said about
Nigerian president,
which was, of course, it was circumstances around Goodluck Jonathan himself when Yaradua and the vacuum that was left in the death of the former president, Muhammadu Yaradua, and when he left office, the circumstance and the vacuum in our constitution and what the constitution says about oath of office and the preemption or the intentionality, the intention of the drafters of the constitution as to the chances of anyone that is taking an authority of office should not have taken more than the oath of office or have opportunity of serving for 4-year term. For not more than 2 times. But if you calculate it, it would have been said that if Goodluck Jonathan is returning, he only spent 5 years in office, Goodluck Jonathan would have spent about 9 years, which is against the position of the Constitution, that 4-year term of not more than 8 years.
And then you know that Goodluck Jonathan had never been president for 8 years.
But
and you will also want to recall that
twice
similar issues arose when John Yame of Taraba and Abba of Yobe contested for governor, having served part of the period
of the former
governors of their respective states. And the court came clean that yes, that definitely wouldn't count as one of the issues or one of the terms contemplated by the Constitution.
So that's what you imagine in the case of the 1 year plus of former President Yaradua spent by Goodluck Jonathan.
Yeah, exactly. Because if that were not the case, Goodluck Jonathan wouldn't have been qualified, for instance, to contest for president.
Qualification is one thing.
Yes.
And serving in office would be another.
No. Don't forget that Goodluck Jonathan was the president as at that time.
That may have been contested and jeopardized in the courts.
If it was contested, I've given you 2 examples of people who are similarly completed the terms of offices of their respective governors, and they came back, won election, and finished their own second terms.
So you don't think there's anything dangerous or risky about Goodluck Jonathan?
Not at all. Not at all, because I can tell you for sure here now that even at that, in the run-up to the 2015, Goodluck Jonathan was taken to court on account of this same argument that you are raising now, and the court ruled that no, he cannot be disqualified on the basis of that.
There is another gallant personality in your party who is a governor, and his name has come up severally, and he's governor of your station. And there are those who say that's another very good candidate if he emerges. What are you guys thinking in the PDP about such a personality?
Well, Seyi Makinde is the governor of your state. He's performed very credibly well, and so he wants to run for president. And like I said, he will not be the only person that will be running for president in 2027 if it comes to that. And so by the time Nigerians in the PDP gather and weigh the pros and cons of all the candidates, PDP members will be able to pick a candidate by their estimation that is capable of challenging the APC government. And so if it is Seyi Makinde, fine by us, then all of us will fight behind him. But I can assure you that there are more than one other or two persons that are in contention.
My guest yesterday says the decision of the NEC was unconstitutional and was done in error.
The constitution of NEC in what regard?
In the regard of zoning the presidential ticket of the party to the south. It was unconstitutional that the party or any organ of the party does not have the power to restrict or disallow anyone from exercising their constitutional right of being voted for or voting for anyone.
Yeah, they could be right, they could be wrong. Don't forget that in the very beginning of democracy in Nigeria, when the presidency was zoned to the south, candidates of aspirants from the north also contested.
Yes.
People like Rimi, for instance, of blessed memory, ran against the run of events of the party. So the zoning of positions to particular places does not preclude anybody from aspiring to contest the election. But it is important and instructive to note that once a party decides that this is the direction that we are going, anybody who comes to exercise a constitutional right has a right to come. But the decision of the party will be based on the decision that had earlier been taken by NEC.
Yes. Well, all right. You have heard what he has said. A lot of persons have continued to also ask too many other questions, like, what about Wike? Wike is a very, very strong factor in PDP. Do you think that Wike is going to allow Peter Obi or Jonathan to come and then succeed in PDP, where he's benefiting in APC? So why are they not considering Wike factor as a threat to, hamper the success of Peter Obi or Goodluck Jonathan's campaign, in 2027? Well, these are some of the factors that people are beginning to raise, the questions that people are beginning to raise. And looking at the parties in Nigeria, of course, yes, there is no party that does not have issue. A lot of persons have also speculated that some of the issues that the party has is as a result of APC too. It was APC that invented some of the issues, and it was APC manipulation, that has caused PDP and every other party because they don't want them to function very well, so that they'll just want to destabilize them so that they can have upper hand. You understand? So this is exactly what we are talking about. And I like you that you have watched this video. What do you really think? Do you advise that P2B should come back to PDP, and because we will have a broader and a bigger platform to contest with? Of course, we have some some giants that are still there in the in PDP, that of course they will support P2B. Meanwhile, we still have some challenges with PDP. Just like I mentioned earlier, Wike is one of the challenges that PDP is having, and up until today, they are yet to bring that situation to rest. And not until they do that, it's a very, very critical and a serious issues to manage. And going back to Labour Party too, we can still recall that we still have some fractions of Labour Party. We have Abure fraction, while we have the Namadi fractions of Labour Party. And these guys are yet to settle. As at this point, we don't even know where they belong to. We don't even know the real, chairman of Labour Party. We don't know the particular fraction that is the real fraction. So all these oppositions and all these problems that are in these parties here and there, we believe that is going to hamper or going to affect Peter Obi's success in 2027. So a lot of ideas and a lot of thought should be coming in place now, just so that they can be able to make a rational and a very, very good decisions. Well, we are just doing this to pray and watch, so that we can know the right place to put our thumbs and our hands. Some persons are already tired with APC, but we don't know the next target. For some of the candidates that people already have in mind, they don't have a platform. While some, the platform is shaking. So we don't really know what is going on. Share your opinion respectively on the comment sections as we round it up. Thank you very much. See you in the next.